All praise, glory, and honor to God, who is a creator, omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omnibenevolent. He is a God who is a creator of everything that you see and everything that you cannot see with your naked eye. So, do you do you know that we human beings have an opportunity to become a son of God? When I say son, in Greek it means the word for son is huos, and it also means son. It can in spiritual or familial context. It also means son or a daughter. So don't ladies and girls don't think that this message is not for you. So why do we need to become sons of God? Why can't we just be like what we are? Many people they call themselves servants of God, but that's not what is the intention of God. The servant of God can there are also people who needs to be servants of God, and they will get wages according to the work that they do. But the sons of God are at a higher realm, altogether spiritual realm. So they reap benefits so much that they don't have to sow. They reap benefits that they didn't sow. So that's why the son of uh, uh, the first son of God, Yeshua, who is known as Jesus, because Yeshua in Hebrew and Aramaic is translated to Greek. It becomes Isos, and then when it translated to Latin, they added J to all the vowels, and it became Jesus. And then English is born from Latin, is derived from Latin, and say that Jesus has become Jesus, but the actual name given to Jesus is Yeshua. The meaning of that is protection, rescuer. So, being the archangel of protection of the heavens, plural, he has been sent here to make us a family of God, the sons and daughters of God. And this is not being told anywhere at all. So I take this opportunity to come to you to give this good news. This is the good news what Yeshua wanted us to know. Because before Yeshua came, before Yeshua was sent, actually, we are we human beings did not have the Spirit of God in them. The Spirit of God was guiding human beings in the Old Testament. So before Jesus and after Jesus, what happened after Jesus is the seed that Jesus himself died, and the seed of Son of God is planted in every one of us. Now, whether it is in the seed form or whether it is in the germinating, whether it is germinated and it's growing, or it has grown to the full tree extent where angels of God comes and assist you. Everything that I'm saying is what Yeshua has told, and the mysteries have been hidden so much that with a naked eye or with your knowledge, you're not able to grasp that. You have to ask God, what is the meaning of this parable? You said there are heavenly mysteries. So uh, does the mustard seed parable, is it about mustard seed? Why does Yeshua has to tell us about a mustard seed? Any farmer can tell, right? That if you put a small mustard seed and it will grow to a 12 feet mustard seed, and it will go to a mustard tree where angels of heaven comes and reside in the branches. So when God's angels come to you and assist you, just imagine how your life will be. Many people, the same time when I'm talking, they're toiling, they're worrying about their work. They work, they earn money, and they do something which every animal does. What does animal do? Animal actually protects their family, have sex, and then have children, and protects the children as well, gets food, makes a shelter, make a shelter to protect itself or to show its dominance to other people. So if everything that you do is either guarding your house or you're protecting your people, then the same thing animals are as well are doing. So what animals cannot do and what you have extra that animals don't have is a spirit. And in your spirit is where God's spirit has to reside. And how is that possible? So the context, the topic of today is how to become a son of God. So let us see the references from the Bible. I'm using a Darby version, and there are three ways, a lot many ways where we can infer from the synoptical gospels, Matthew, Lucas, and Marcos, which is nothing but Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Say how to become a son of God. Why to become a son of God is son of God has special spiritual realm where you can dictate terms to the nature. You can you can chase away the demons, you can heal the sick, you can cleanse the epidemic diseases, and then you can raise the dead. So you have victory over death. You have victory over evil. You have victory over all the sicknesses and diseases. So both physical, mental, and psychological. Both of body, both of body, mind, and as well as spirit. Some say it is soul, but spirit has a deeper meaning. So let's get into the topic. I want to read from the scriptures where and all it's written. And it's not only written in one of the synoptical gospels, but it is written in more than one. I'm using a Darby version. So the first one is Matthew 5:9. So, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. That's here. Here it's got Darby has um, given a translation which is not. I'm not very happy about it. He says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they are called children of God." Good. So no, he did it right. Sorry. Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God." Simple. So you become a peacemaker, and then you automatically are called a son of God. So what do you need to do? You need to promote peace. So this is the quality and characteristic of God. So if you want to become a son of God, you have to have the characteristic of God, which is peacemaking. Okay. So clear. The first one in the order of the in order in which it was found in Bible is the one which is peacemaking. And so no, so another one is be perfect as your God is perfect. And before that, how to become perfect is love your enemies. And it's written in all the three synoptical gospels. So let's look at Matthew 5:44 and 45. So, and it says, "But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you." In the brackets is written, "Bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who insult you and persecute you, that you, the Father, ye may be the sons of your Father who is in the heavens, for he makes his sun rise on the evil and dead. And in the 48 it says, be ye therefore perfect as your Father is perfect. So it's a command. It's not like a thing where you can take it. You can be a son or son of God, or you cannot be a son. It's not a choice. You can either be son of God or lost son of God. So this is not a choice. You got to be a son of God, got to be perfect and be like God. And the same verse in Luke 6 verses 27. Luke 6 verses 27. And he says the same thing. But to you that hear, like everybody hears, but they cannot comprehend. And here in Luke 6 27 onwards, 27 to 28, 27 and 28, he says, but to you that hear, I say, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Pray for those who use you despitefully. Bless those who curse you. So I'll say it again. But to you that hear I say, love your enemies, do good to those that curse you, pray for those who use you despitefully. So the same thing, right? So what we are looking at it is here is something to secret for becoming a son of God. And so the first one is to be a peacemaker. There is no choice. You got to be a peacemaker. And then the second one is to love your enemies. It's easy to say love your enemies, but do you know it's kind of impossible? Yeah. So we'll have to go to that extent where we can love our enemies. Then only you will be called a son of God, and you will have a special relationship with God spiritually. So let's look at another thing is, if you do the will of God, you will be called my brother, says the first son of God. So your elder brother is saying, if you want to become a son of God, do the will of God. Where is it written? It's written, the previous one is written in Mark, the previous one, love your enemy, is written in Matthew and Luke. I'm only referring to synoptical gospels as they're the most authentic and they support each other. And the other ones, Johannine literature and Pauline literature, are still under, still not following the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of Yeshua. So they follow a different concept altogether. They follow teachings which are not told by Yeshua. I'll take it in a different video. But for now, our focus is on how to become sons and daughters of God. So we have seen, to become sons of God, we have to become sons of God, we need to be a peacemaker. We have to make peace between people who fight, between anywhere. If you see a conflict, you have already been given the knowledge, but you might not think that you are eligible for doing so. You are not a psychiatrist or a psychologist to understand somebody else's problems, but the gift is already given to you to solve all kinds of problems and make peace. So the second one is loving your enemies. Loving your enemies is almost next to impossible, because nowadays I see that there is no two people who can love each other. Let there be whatever relation they have, wife and husband, father and son, mother and son, brother and sister, whatever, friends, anyone. But if it waits over time, initially it is so much, so nice, and you feel that okay, this is the end of the world, but then you later realize that there's no two people who can be at peace. So you not only have to make peace with all the people you know, but you also will have to making peace with also with the people that you even don't know. So that's the authority that has been given to you. And then you love your enemies. So loving your enemies is a next impossible task. I already said, but love them so that you be perfect and you will be called the sons of God. And the last for the there are so many other derived, and we can infer that God wants us to make sons of God rather than just servants and slaves, or worshippers, or something down the level. God wants us to be at the level, spiritual level, where we are called sons of God. And the last one for today is from me is how to become a son of God. And Matthew 12:50, it says, "For whoever shall do the will of my Father who is in the heaven, who is in heavens." Heavens, you see that? Why? I'll tell you why it is being written in plural. I'm using this version called mm, not many times I've used this, J.N. Darby, and this is a translation from the original languages. So there's no contamination, whatever whatsoever. So 12:50 it says, "For whoever shall do the will of my Father who is in the heavens, he is my brother and sister and mother." So you only get to go there, you only we get to call sons and daughters only when you do the will of God. I'll come to the will of God a little later. Then in Mark 3rd chapter 34 and 35, so specifically the 35 will take, because "for whoever shall do the will of God, he is my brother and sister and mother." So same thing, right? Whoever who does, so Mark and Matthew have the same thing. And let us jump into the last synoptical gospel, which is Luke 8 and 21. "My mother and my brethren are those who hear the word of God and do it." My mother and brother are ones who do the will of God. So it's clear, right? The third one is to do the will of God. So many people want to do the will of God, and almost everyone who follows Christ in truth want to do the will of God. But what is the will of God? Have you ever wondered what is the will of God? So before going to the will of God, I will just give a brief 2-minute crucial context, which is the will of God. And before that, so we had to be these three things: be a peacemaker, love your enemies, and then do the will of God. To be a son of God, you only have to do these three, but these three are exceptionally impossible to do it. But you do it so that you are perfect, and then you will be called a son of God. And I already told you what it is, what benefits you have to be a son of God. The authority of Yeshua, when he gave the message, he said, he is not speaking like other people. He is speaking with the authority. So that authority you'll have. So, and you'll also be able to control many spiritual things, and many, even the nature you can control. The rain, the wind, whatever, right? Nothing is impossible for a son of God. Okay? And so, do you not want to be someone special? Do you want not to be a son of God? Who can be a boon for the entire people around you? Who can heal all the sicknesses? If you go to recently, one of my distant friend called Israel, he went to an emergency, and he came out from there. So it almost costed him 2 lakhs, nearly 2 lakhs, and the amount of torture the family went. We went there and we prayed for him, and he's still struggling. So the thing is, do you want to be a sick guy, or is there a sickness in your house? In the family of God, there is no sickness. There's no sickness, but they themselves go heal the sick people around. So do you want to be in that state or not? Okay, so for these things, you have to be a peacemaker. What number one? You then number two, you have to love your enemies. Number three is that you will have to do the will of God. Okay, I'll take just 2 minutes to explain what is the will of God. The will of God is for God to have complete dominance. It's not, many people will think will of God is something that they want God to be in their lives. Everything we think is our, or selfishly we will think, oh, what God wants me to do is the will of God. Yes, in fact, it is that human beings altogether have to do this will of God, not for a single person. So, but what God likes is that He want to have what is in the beginning. So that is all that is created was worshiping Him. All that He has created, His sons, all of them were with Him, and none of the sons are lost. Now, if you see, there are a lot of sons. There are a lot of there is a lot of creation. So that is now Lucifer and his angels has been shunned away from the heaven. So then God now doesn't have the authority over those people, and a lot of people who are lost are actually following this Lucifer. So the God is not having any say on those people. So what? So the two types of people, one is the sons of and daughters of God, and the lost sons and daughters of God. And do not think that these people are a separate group or a separate religion or something. So most of 95%, more than 95% are lost sons and daughters of God. They still search God. They want to try to give a name for God. They want to they want to feel. They think, most of them think that God is something where we can earn something, where we can get something, either in terms of money or whether in terms of respect, or whether it is in the terms of some tangible thing that pampers either his finances, either his body, either his mind, or either it pampers his ego maybe. So if you are trying to utilize God for pampering yourself, for in financially or physically or mentally or spiritually, then what is that? What is the benefit that you will be getting? So never even think selfish about yourself. The sons of God are already equipped with everything. So they are already completely full. So they don't seek for something. So everything is equipped inside. Angels of God are assisting you. Then what else do you need? You are the son of God. You have all that God has. God has given authority of everything that you can see. So if you crave for a little part of it, little dot of it, then you are a fool. So if I'm thinking that okay, I need some 10 acres of land for my ministry, then you are will be specifically called a fool, because when God has given the whole entire universe for you, then why would you crave for something like it's the whole plate? Let's say we went for a marriage, and there is a big buffet. So everything is there, and the plates are bigger, and it's full of all that you like. It is there. So why would you ask God for one grain of rice when everything is there? So that is stupid, right? Similarly, people want to have some assets for themselves, some assets to pamper their ego, to make them look above them, the other person, the other person. So everywhere you see competition, because and the sperm race. Then before we were made or we were born, in the sperm race we like. We kicked away, we ran faster, and we did all the nonsense to reach the egg first to be born. So we think that this is the same way how we operate here, but not at all. So understand the main crux of life, and then what is that it takes you to become a son of God, to become spiritually. Your eyes will become open, your ears will be open, you will be having constant communication with God. Is that not something which is awesomely great, man? Are you still looking for peanuts? Are you still looking for droplets of rain? There shall be showers of blessing. There shall be showers of blessing. Send them up. Already, it is already sent. Now all the songs, all these things, or so most of the songs, no, you'll have to rethink that is this really a song. I also I don't want to criticize too much in this, too much in this sermon, because Yeshua himself was criticizing the scribes and Pharisees of those time, because we can't, the sons of God, we can't stand what God is, that God doesn't like. We will not feel, oh, my people, these are my people, my Christian people may not support me. He never thought, oh, my family won't support me, my Jewish scribes and Pharisees won't support me. That's not what Jesus thought that point of time. Even though the scribes and Pharisees were thinking in their mind, he went on nudging them, and he went on talking to them. Why you foolish? Why are you thinking like that in your mind? Is directly, even though when they're thinking in their mind, he actually shunned that way of thinking. So, being a son of God, I don't demand, I expect any return from my parents, from my family, from everyone, but I do the will of God. That's why I'm a son of God. And I'm not saying that, okay, I'm the one, the best of the creation. No, 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 no. Everyone is created. What God loves is completely incomprehensible. Because 99, in the lost sheep parable, 99 sheep are actually together in the forest. May not be a safe place, but they are together. They are listening to the commands of the owner, of their master. But one thing which is lost, and the master left his 99 and went running to find the one lost sheep. And then when it is found, he calls all his friends and relatives and has a great gala party. So what God really wants is, he doesn't want even to miss one person. He doesn't want to miss even one spirit in this, one spirit of his creation to be lost. So if you're a creation of God, then you got to come back, or you will die. You will die and you will become a part of lost sons of God, and goes under the umbrella of Lucifer. But eventually Lucifer is also, he will be forgiven, so you will come back. But your stature in heaven will be much, much lesser. So how your stature is determined is what you do here. What you do here to have treasure in heaven, to have uh, treasure in heaven, and to have reward in heaven. So you must have a treasure, and then all your reward will be kept there. So how to build treasure, and how to have reward in heaven is my next topic. Till then, all praise, glory, and honor to God. God bless you.